the next question will come. How would you improve the report performance? Okay, so how will you improve report performance is you can filter out the primary business object or related business objects which you don't need. You can minimize the calculated fields and you can use indexed data source or indexed field. Just tell this one and this one. Okay, don't tell index, source, or all that. If you say that, they will ask you questions. What is index? That will become complicated. Okay. The next question is, what is the difference between advanced and simple report? You remember here we spoke about advanced and simple report. So they will ask you what is the difference in advanced and simple report. So the difference is simple report cannot access related business object, while advanced report can. Okay, which means when you create an advanced report, you will have to use related business object, RBO. Okay, it is called RBO, related business object. But in simple report, you cannot use that. Okay, advanced report can be shared. You can share advanced report. But simple report you cannot share. Okay, advanced report you can enable web service. Write this down. In advanced report you can enable web service, but in simple report web service cannot be enabled.
I'm noting it down.
This is rest. This all is not needed. It's integration. All this is not needed. Okay, coming to calculated field. What is a calculated field? Okay, when you want to manipulate an existing data in Workday, when you want to do some kind of changes in Workday, that point of time you will create a calculated field. Okay, so what are the different types of calculated field? You have lookup related, currency conversion, string, evaluate expression, format a date. Okay, write down. These are the different types of calculated fields.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
Hello, Mohammed. Can you share the document also? It's easy to read me again.
See, this document has too many things. How will you pick up? I mean, how will you filter? It has core connector, EIB. How will you know which one you need to read, which one not to read?
Okay, I'll recollect what we have discussed in this class only. I'll recollect that one.
You want me to share the document? That's I'll do one thing. Whatever we are discussing, I'll copy paste in the chat. You take it from the chat. Okay, next one important question is, what are the have you worked on security? So you have to say, no, I've not worked on security, but I know some basics of security. So there are two types of security policy. One is domain security policy, business process security policy.
Okay.
Then what is a standard report? Okay, this is another question. What is a standard report? Okay, standard report is nothing but that is created by Workday. It is Workday delivered report. See, when there is a when a company is taking Workday, okay, when they are buying Workday, Workday will give them specific kind of reports, okay, by themselves. So those are the standard reports.
Okay.
Okay. So
default report.
Exactly, default report. Something which the client wants extra at that point of time only, they will go ahead and create their own report.
Okay.
We will discuss that below.
Okay.
Workday creates standard report using report writer or Expresso. What are the two types of standard report? Report writer and Expresso. Okay, what is an Expresso? Expresso is a standard report. You cannot copy this. You cannot copy an Expresso report. Remember. This is another core connector related. This is very basic, so you should know this. Even a functional guy should know this. What are the launching parameters of core connector? Before all this is very complicated. You don't have to know this. How integration works in the out. This is also something complicated. No, we already discussed this. This one is very important. When you create, okay, which component used for Workday report? Okay, when you create a report, okay, which component does it use? So Workday outrest is the component. Now this one is very important. Okay, if anybody is asking you question which is related to reports, they will ask you this for sure. Okay, the question is which filter condition will apply on data in advanced report? Okay, when you want to filter in reports, there are two types of filter. One is sub filter, and there is another thing called as filter. Okay, so when you want to filter the data more, at that point of time, you will use sub filter option. Okay, then difference between calculated fields. There are two types of calculated field, which is sum related instance, aggregated instance. So they will ask you what is the difference between these two calculated fields. Okay, calculate the sum of related instance value based on condition without considering duplicate value. Calculate sum of related instance field value on condition and it removes duplicate value. Okay, so these two are opposite. Just remember this. This is integration. Okay, this is another integration related basic question which you should know. Okay, integration sequence generator. What is it? What is sequence generator? Sequence generator basically is in a simple language. Okay, in a simple language, it is today when an integration runs, the name of the integration is Mohan. Okay, tomorrow when the same integration runs, if the name of the integration is Mohan, that is wrong. It has to be different. Okay, so for that we have to configure something called as sequence generator. We will, while doing an integration, preparing an integration, we will configure something called as sequence generator. What happens is today when the integration runs, the name of the integration will be Mohan. Output file. You see this output file? It will be Mohan. Tomorrow when the integration runs, it will be Mohan 1.
Okay.
Next time when the integration runs, it will be Mohan 2. I'm just giving you an example. It's not 1, 2, 3. You can change it as per you want. See your sequence. If you put A here, it will be A Mohan and then date. If you so here it will be B Mohan and then the date. Okay. So you can, that is how you will configure sequence generator if you want to change the name of the file every time when the integration runs. All this is integration related. We don't need. Okay, here we are with the core connector questions. Okay, what is the difference between job and position staffing model? Do you know what is job and position staffing model?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say that then easily. Okay, what is the difference between validation and entry condition in business process? This is very important. They will ask you this question for sure. Okay, what is validation and condition rule? Okay, let me explain this to you, how it works. Okay, validation condition is available only at the initial step. Whenever you hear a term called as validation, okay, your mind should say that validation condition comes only at the first step of business process. Okay. What it actually does is, this is configured in such a way that if all the rules defined in the validation come to evaluate to be false, then the person who is executing the process is allowed to exit the validation and go to the next step. Evaluated to true will display an error and help the text-based configuration. So what happens is when you put a validation rule at the first step of business process, when you're creating a business process and you put the validation rule at the first step, system will first try to validate all the rules which you have given. Okay, say for example, the rule is country is equal to India. Then India is equal to Delhi. Okay, so basically location has to be Delhi in India. So if that condition is satisfied, if that validation is successful, then it will come to the next step.
Okay.
Okay. If not, it will throw an error.
Achha.
Okay. What is the step condition and how it is configured? Okay. We discussed about validation condition. Now step condition. Step condition is determined whether a step will be entered or not, which means, say for example, in a business process, there are 10 steps. Okay. It is not necessary that all 10 steps have to be filled. The reason is, in USA, there will be only 8 steps which is applicable. In India, 9 steps. In China, 10 steps. Okay. So based on the country, based on the condition, okay, the condition is if country is equal to US, then this step has to work. If country is equal to all the countries, this step has to work. So this is the condition. If the step is saying, if the country is equal to this, and when you are doing a hire and it is not getting satisfied, then the step will skip and it will go to the next step. That is called step condition. You understood this?
No.
Okay. See, step condition is something like, see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps, okay, in a business process. So
Okay.
first step, you have given a condition called as country is equal to India, or country is equal to all. Second step, you have given condition country is equal to India. Country is equal to USA. Country is equal to all. Okay, let's say we have 8 steps. Okay, so what happens here is when, and this is a business process, okay, the BP hire, okay, this is a higher BP. What happens is in step condition, you have given a condition called as all countries. So what Workday will do is, first it will come to step 1. It will check, okay, it is for all countries. Then what it will do is it will move on to the, it will say pass and move to next step. Okay, then it will, Workday will come here. We'll check the step 2. Here it will check whether the hire, okay, whether you are hiring a candidate for India or not. If you are hiring for India, then it will pass and it will move to the next step. But if you're not hiring for India, then it will fail and it will move to the next step, which means
Okay.
it will not fail, it will skip. It will skip. It will skip because the condition is not satisfied here. Okay, I am hiring for USA. Okay, but here the second
validation, it will throw an error if second condition will fail. In step condition, it will skip the step and proceed to next step.
Yes, it will skip the step. See, first step is for all country. All country means USA also. The second step is only for India. Okay, but we are hiring for US, so this step is skipped. It will come here. Okay, then here what happens is, okay, it will verify. Third step is for which country? Okay, USA. Okay, pass. Move on to the next. Fourth step is for what? All. Okay, pass. Move on to the next. Move on to the next. Next. So what happens here is, out of 8 steps, only 7 are executed, correct?
Yeah.
One step is skipped. This one is skipped. But if here it was US and India, then what will happen? This will also pass.
Pass. Second one also pass. All out of all pass.
All will pass. So here all 8 steps will be executed. This is called step condition. Okay. Whenever it is, if you want to explain step condition, it is like whether the condition is true or false. If it is true, it will pass and move on to the next. If it is false, it will skip. Okay. Don't say fail, it will skip.
Okay.
Okay, coming to job family, job profile, and job related. Job family group. A job family, a job profile is a basic unit of job and position. You know what is job family, job profile, and job family group?
Yeah, I have little knowledge on this.
Okay, if you have a knowledge, then you can just read through this, you'll understand.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, this is very basic. Okay, please give an overview of Workday security framework. This is not needed. This is you have not worked on security. Okay, so leave it. What is step delay? This is very important. Okay, this is part of business process. Certain times in a business process, we need to have certain steps we should not execute immediately after a prior step it has been completed. To meet this scenario, Workday gives an option step delay wherein we can suspend the execution of the particular step based on conditions. Do not give the joint bonus or new hire of new hire until they have completed 6 months probation period. Okay, so what is step delay? Step delay means in a business process, we were discussing about a business process, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
In a business process, step delay is one of the condition. Okay, the condition will say, like how we had a condition like India, US, same way, we have a condition saying if the new hire, okay, if the employee has completed 6 months, only then he is eligible for bonus.
Okay.
What will happen is the system will come and will be stuck in that place until 6 months.
Okay.
Okay, only it will move on to the next step only after 6 months. That is called step delay.